Councilor Alcee Jabuen.
Present.
Councilor Capone.
Present.
Councilor DePiero.
Present.
Councilor Garcia.
Present.
Councilor Marchese.
Present.
Councilor Martins.
Present.
Councilor Ween.
Present.
Councilor Petrantonio.
Present.
Councilor Rogers.
Here.
Council President Smith.
Present.
School Committee Member Babcock.
Present.
School Committee Member Barros.
Present. Here.
School Committee Member Cardello.
Present.
School Committee Member Cornelio.
Present.
School Committee Member Garin.
Present.
Madam President, we have 15 members present.
15 members present. We do have a quorum. Will we please stand and salute the flag?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I believe we only have one item on the agenda. If the clerk will please read the item.
Our item this evening is a resolution offered by Councilor Stephanie Smith as president. In accordance with sections 6-2 and 6-3 of the Everett City Charter, His Honor the Mayor, Robert J. Van Campen, hereby calls for a joint meeting of the City Council and School Committee for the presentation of the city's proposed fiscal year 2027 operating budgets and to review the city's budget policy.
Is there a motion on the floor?
Motion to invite up the mayor to give the presentation.
Second. Motion made and seconded to invite up the mayor and his administration. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Mayor, please come before us. Good evening. If you can also just, I was going to ask you to state your names, but it's the mayor. I didn't know if Mr. Bukili was talking as well.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the City Council, School Committee, department heads, and to the people of Everett. Before I begin, I do want to pay a special recognition to two members of the administration who have been instrumental in putting this budget together. Margaret Macherta, our budget director, and Monica Lamboy, our chief development officer, have been working tirelessly the last several weeks, and I'm grateful for the work they did and the product that we've presented to you this evening. It's an honor to be here tonight and present my first budget to you as mayor and the first budget of a new administration in nearly 2 decades. With that comes both responsibility and opportunity. Since taking office, my administration has worked carefully and deliberately to build a budget that reflects the needs, priorities, and values of this city. When I was elected, I made a commitment that we would do things differently, that we would take a hard look at our finances, restore trust in government, and ensure every dollar is spent in a way that directly benefits our city and our residents. This budget reflects that commitment. I am proud to present the FY27 operating budget for the City of Everett. It is grounded in transparency, accountability, fiscal discipline, and a clear vision for Everett's future. But before discussing the budget itself, we need to speak honestly about the city's financial condition, the serious challenges we face, and the steps this administration has taken and will continue taking to address them. First, the exploding cost of health insurance has become one of the city's greatest financial pressures. Employee benefits are projected to approach $41 million in this budget, driven overwhelmingly by health insurance expenses. On top of that, the insurance plan design that my administration inherited remained largely untouched for nearly 14 years. all while costs continued to rise. This left the city with fewer tools to manage one of its fastest growing expenses. That is why my administration will begin conversations with our public employees to identify responsible, sustainable ways to better control these costs while continuing to respect and support the workforce that serves Everett every day. My administration also inherited accounting procedures and practices that did not properly track expenditures with the level of discipline and fiscal oversight that residents deserve. Excuse me. Excuse me. We are now employing stricter accounting procedures and practices, strengthening internal review processes, and putting greater emphasis on accurate, timely, and transparent financial information. Managing taxpayer dollars, your money, is one of the most important responsibilities of government, and my administration is treating it with the seriousness it requires. Now, I recognize the next issue may not earn me a standing ovation from every city employee, but it is one we need to address honestly. For too long, the city was operating under practices that allowed for unlimited carryover of vacation time, creating an unfunded liability that will cost the city hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more. We are correcting these practices by creating and strictly enforcing new policies that will impose a cap on such carryover and prevent this type of liability from growing in the future. That same need for greater oversight and fiscal discipline applies to other areas of city operations as well. For years, our city has maintained a take-home vehicle practice that has contributed to rising fuel and operating expenses, both of which are no longer sustainable. Beginning in July, my administration will eliminate take-home vehicles for all non-union, non-public safety employees, with limited exceptions for positions that require an emergency response after hours. Any exception will require my direct approval. But responsible budgeting is not only about controlling expenses, it also requires honest revenue projections. In reviewing the city's finances, we discovered revenue assumptions that were simply not realistic, including over $5.5 million in reported Encore personal property tax revenue that the city had no ability to collect. That is why we are building the budget on revenue assumptions that are credible, verifiable, and actually collectible. That is basic financial discipline, and it is necessary to restore trust. Now let's talk about the budget. The fiscal year 2027 recommended operating budget totals approximately $312.3 million. This budget represents an increase of approximately 4% over the FY26 adjusted budget. This increase should not be misunderstood or misconstrued. This is not a budget built around broad expansion or large amounts of flexible new spending. Much of the growth reflects the real cost of maintaining existing services, meeting contractual obligations, funding schools, supporting public safety, paying for health insurance, and keeping the basic operations of city government running. In other words, the budget grows because the cost of delivering essential services continues to rise. Our responsibility is to manage that reality honestly, make disciplined and responsible choices, and invest today in the functions that will make Everett even stronger tomorrow. That commitment to accountability and fiscal discipline is reflected in this budget. We have comprehensively reviewed spending across departments, strengthened oversight, and prioritized efficiency. My goal is simple: protect and respect taxpayers while delivering high-quality services. Every investment in this budget has been evaluated for impact, necessity, and long-term sustainability. That is why this budget elevates the budget function under the city's financial management structure, strengthens our capacity for procurement and legal compliance, and continues the work of improving internal controls and accountability. These investments may not always be the most visible, but they are essential to building a government residents can trust. This budget also reflects my commitment, or my committed goal, of making the Everett Public Schools an urban model of excellence and success. And the financial investment the city is making in this budget is a first step toward that goal. Because at the end of the day, responsible financial management is not just about spreadsheets. It is about delivering reliable services and building a strong city. A strong city begins with strong infrastructure. This budget continues to support the systems residents depend on every day: roads, buildings, utilities, water and sewer infrastructure, public spaces, and neighborhood services. It also improves transparency by placing utility costs with facilities where building-related expenses can be managed more clearly. This is part of a larger effort to align responsibility with resources, so costs are shown in the right places and managed by the department and department heads responsible for them. These are investments in the day-to-day functions of city government, the reliable delivery of the services residents depend on every day. They are also investments in the future of Everett's neighborhoods. But strong neighborhoods are not built on infrastructure alone. They also depend on the people who show up every day to keep residents safe, respond to emergencies, and deliver essential city services. Public safety remains a central priority of my administration. This budget supports police, fire, emergency communications, and inspectional services so the city can continue to respond urgently to the needs of residents and businesses. At the same time, we are investing in the people and systems that keep the city running, from public works and facilities to constituent-facing services and community engagement. Finally, the city's DEI function is being restructured. Make no mistake, diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility remain priorities of this administration. This restructuring is intended to strengthen that work by embedding it more directly into the day-to-day operations of city government. Staff and program funding will be reduced and reallocated to the Department of Human Resources and the Mayor's Office, reflecting that the core mission of these reinvested dollars is to strengthen engagement across every city department and every Everett neighborhood. Creating a positive workplace culture and delivering high-quality public service is the responsibility of every person employed by the city of Everett. Under this new structure, the two streamlined roles will focus on best practices in compliance, connection, and community engagement. The Human Resources position will serve as an equity and access officer who will focus on workplace training, policy development, inclusive recruitment practices, and I understand some members of the City Council are concerned about that, and ADA coordination. The second position will launch the new Mayor's Office of Multicultural Affairs and Community Engagement. Its mission will be to strengthen partnerships, expand outreach, and deepen the city's connection to Everett's diverse communities. We are lucky that the fabric of our city is woven with people from different cultures, backgrounds, and experiences, and this work will help bring City Hall closer to the residents we serve. This budget is not only about the next fiscal year. It is also about setting Everett on a more sustainable path forward. We are working to strengthen partnerships with state and regional leaders, advance economic development opportunities, improve planning and transportation capacity, and establish the groundwork for long-term growth that benefits all residents. We are also making a clear distinction between fixed obligations and strategic investments. Most personnel growth in this budget is driven by contractual obligations negotiated by the prior administration in the fall of 2025, especially salary increases for union employees. Where the budget adds capacity, it does so carefully and in targeted functions that will help the city manage growth, operational demands, and increasingly complex services. Everett is changing. Our population is growing. Our neighborhoods are evolving, and the demands placed on city government are becoming more challenging every year. The FY27 budget acknowledges that reality and begins preparing the city not only for today's needs, but for tomorrow's opportunities. The work ahead will not always be easy, but Everett has never been a city that backs away from hard work or hard conversations. Through continued partnerships with the City Council, school committee, city employees, residents, and community stakeholders, I'm confident we will continue moving in the right direction. Together, we are building a stronger, more transparent, and more resilient Everett. I look forward, Madam President, to working with the City Council to move this budget forward. And I thank you all for your time. Thank you.
Motion to excuse our guests for the customary things.
Motion made and seconded to excuse with the customary thanks. All is in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. I believe the clerk also has a list of motions that need to be made.
Yep, I'll read the motions. Yes. I'll read the motions and you can someone can make the motion to accept the motion as I read it. The FY27 budget hearings motions to be made at the joint convention are: 1, 6 members shall constitute a quorum at all hearings of the City Council Committee on Budget unless otherwise specified. 2, the mayor, the city's chief financial officer and administrative officer, and the city's budget director are requested to appear at all such budget hearings to answer questions. 3, all department heads are requested to have the following information available when appearing before the City Council's Committee on Budget: the total amount expended to date for all line items in the FY 2026 budget, the amount expected to be unexpended for all line items in their FY 26 budget at the end of the fiscal year, names of funded unfilled positions in their department that were not filled during the current fiscal year, and whether or not they are expected to be filled in the next fiscal year. 4, all budget hearings are requested to be televised live on ECTV. If any budget hearing cannot be televised live, it shall be recorded by ECTV and shall be made available for subsequent viewing by the general public. 5, a copy of the budget is requested to be posted on the city's website no later than 5 p.m. on Monday, May 18, 2026. For the public, it is already on the website. 6, it is requested that the copies of the budget be available at the Pollen Memorial Library and City Clerk's Office beginning on May 18, 2026. It will also be at the Shute Library. Item 7, the tentative meeting schedule for the City Council's Committee on Budget is as follows: Tuesday, May 19th at 6 p.m. for the school department. Wednesday, May 20th at 6 p.m. there will be the small city departments. Wednesday, May 27th at 6 p.m. at the executive office and finance departments. And Tuesday, this changed. It'll be Tuesday, May 27th at 6 p.m., the executive office and finance departments. And then Wednesday, of the following week, it will be large city departments. Again, it will begin at 6 p.m. Sorry, there was a change. That is the motion.
Can we also add that the city council is provided an electronic copy in Excel or CSV of the budgetary files and not just the PDF, please?
If
So
it's
moved
possible.
to
we can-
accept the motions.
Second.
motion.
Motion made and seconded to accept the motions as amended.
And this will be referred out to the council committee's budget of the whole for the next 2 weeks. And then I'll do a roll call vote.
Does that have to be seconded?
It was seconded by,
Okay. Motion made and seconded to refer out to the budget committee meetings next week. Roll call vote.
Councilor Alice Dubois,
Yes.
Councilor Capone. Yes. Councilor DePiero,
Yes.
Councilor Garcia,
Yes.
Councilor Marchese.
Yes.
Councilor Martins,
Yes.
Councilor Ween,
Yes.
Councilor Petrantonio,
Yes.
Councilor Rogers,
Yes.
Council President Smith,
Yes.
School Committee Member Babcock,
Yes.
School Committee Member Barros,
Yes.
School Committee Member Cardillo,
Yes.
School Committee Member Cornelio,
Yes.
School Committee Member Garin,
Yes.
and School Committee Member Van Campen.
Yes.
That would be 16 yeas, 0 nays, Madam President.
16 yeas, 0 nays. The budget has been referred to our budget meetings next week.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Motion made and second to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned. And I'd like to thank all the department heads from both the school and the city that have come here, and we're looking forward to speaking with you next week.